nicely. The other piece that you want to keep a lot of, that you see here in the middle a lot, let me zoom in a little bit. Alright, are these pieces here. As you can see here, these are pieces that have been demolished. You can see here how they've gotten ripped apart, and that's just wear and tear. If I recall right, this one here is one of the rears, and during a tumble it just ripped. Oh no, this is a front turn, I believe. It just, during a tumble, it just ripped it right off. It just shredded the plastic. It was just a wild thing to see. You can see here how this one has warped. How's that? How's that for goofy? Look how warped that piece is. If you notice, let me try and put it down so you can see it better. Let's see if I can zoom in. Okay. I don't know if you can see there how it's warped. Sorry, I'm waiting for it to zoom here. Alright, there we go. Alright, as you can see here, it's warped. Look at the angles on that. That's just the oddest thing. I don't really have an answer for you, or it's faulty from the factory like that. And when I put it on originally, I didn't notice it, so it's just odd. So that one just warped on me. This one here is just to show you that you're going to have to keep a lot of these handy. If you can tell in the inside here where it holds the bearing, there's like a small placement wall to keep bearing on this side and a bearing on the opposite side. It is totally worn through. So right now it's just like one solid piece. So the bearings wore right through that. Speaking of bearings, if you got them, keep a whole lot of them handy because you will go through a ton of them. Okay? This is just to show you what I was talking about. Here's how the bearing is on one side. Normally, there's this little, let's see if I can see it here. Let's see if we can see the little lip in here. See the little lip? Right here, that little lip. That little lip keeps one bearing on one side, and then there's another lip on the inside to keep the bearing on the other side. And it basically stops the bearing where it should be. That's what wore out on the other ones. That was there to show you what had happened with the other one. Okay. Keep tons of bearings handy. If you're running 6S, you will go through them left and right. Like I said, I like the HPI ones. They're doing very well. I don't know if I'm going to invest in any more Boca bearings. I used them in the past. They were really good, but I didn't think they were worth the money long term. It's just easier for me to get these and just maintain them. They do really well. So just keep a lot of bearings handy in different sizes. So I'm just going to move that to the side here. Okay. Why am I showing just this piece for the spare tire? Alright. I had to use the tire on an actual rim because I blew the tire right off the rim, and what I did is I cut it off of this with a razor, and then I mounted it to the actual rim, making it into an actual spare tire. So know that you can do that. These have seen some serious wear and tears. You can see that one's nearly bald. Here's another one. You can see it's really almost bald there. This one still has a little bit of tread on it, so you know that one's still okay, but you can see here where I've had to re-glue them on and things like that. So if I recall right, I think actually this was the one I had to, that was from here if I recall right. So anyway, just know that, expect that with the tires. At 6X you have a ton of power. These are often the tires that are speed rated. Blew it right off. I got a bunch of these like this. Okay, so you know these good tires, but like I said, they just couldn't take, you know, when you're drifting and high heats and all that stuff, it just didn't take it as well. I also run truggy tires and truck tires. So here's some paddles that I have, and just with sheer momentum, I got snagged on something, and the cushion on the inside came ripping through, and the cushion is missing basically from here to about here on the inside. So almost 3/4 of the thing came out to this one little piece about the size of a dime. Okay, so just know that that's like that there. It's just amazing the amount of power that this truck has when you're running 6S. This again was another tire I had tried that was even bigger. Didn't like the way they performed, and they rubbed on the body. So when I did, they shredded. They kind of rubbed on the body, they shredded there, they shredded there. I tried to glue them and they didn't work well. So anyway, that was that with the body. These final few pieces that I kind of want to talk to you about. Let's come back this way. First of all, this here is the brace that goes right here across the front. So as you can see here, there is a screw that's missing in this point here. It's snapped inside and I can't take it out, so I have to replace this piece to get out that screw now. So know that that happened just, I guess when I hit something, it must have cracked the screw inside, and I can't drill it out without re-threading it, so I just bought a new one so you're aware of it. Underneath, this has taken quite a beating. Let me zoom out here. Underneath, the bottom has taken quite a beating. It's held up pretty well. Okay, here's that piece where that screw is broken, so that's where I want to show you there. That's this bracket that's here. That mounts up there and across the front, so here's a replacement for that I got to put in there. Okay, the plastic arms. This is my last surviving one. All the rest that were for the suspension have cracked or just become worn so bad that they're just can't be used. So this is the last one I keep as measurement, and so I just kind of make my own pieces from that point. All right. The fan for the ESC. This was one I had to replace. It just burned out just from I guess usage. It just kind of went bad. I don't know why it happened. It just wore out and that was it. These here are pieces just for you to keep an eye on. These are the mounts for the shocks. They go into there, and the shocks mount on one spot, and then the rest mounts to the vehicle and it holds the shocks in place here in the front and in the back. I've bent a few of them, so these are from my most recent pack, so that way I have replacements when they bend, because when you land hard from big jumps they will bend. The cross pins you see there, I have a video out there on how to replace these cross pins and put screws, and they basically go across the front arms and help the suspension stay in place. They were bending left and right and popping out, so I just came up with that alternative. Please watch my video on that if you want to. The final piece I wanted to talk to you about was this piece here. This piece here got to the point where it has stripped out, and it's just these here have just worn out. I don't know if it's because I put them on crooked or whatever the case was, but these are just bad, so this is really bad here, so I just wanted to let you know about that. Okay. I think I've covered some of the basics, except for now the really big expensive part if you're getting an Apache. Alright, as you can see here, I have a Cubase, an Alpha Star. This is my second set. This is what comes with the vehicle stock. This is my second set of motor and ESC. So that means I've gone through two. The third one is on there. So this is one from the last one. So I want to let you know that these go bad. If you run 6S, you got to really watch the temperatures. And unfortunately, on a few times I didn't watch the temperatures that closely, and they got damaged. When you run 4S, it's run very strong, so I just wanted to kind of let you know about that. So like I said, just be aware of that. Finally, this was my upgrade. I just got my ESC. I got to get my replacement motor because right now here's my new blur that I'm going to put back into the Apache. This is a 6S monster. I got it because I want to see how well it works. I've used it in the past with the Alpha Star, and then I tried it with the blur and I was really happy with it, and then all of a sudden my blur just burned out on me. I don't know what it was, so I don't know if it was the speed controller or what. So at this point I got another one. I'm going to try and see if I can put another blur system back in here and get a little more oomph out of the car. So the final, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I missed it. I had one other thing I wanted to show you. When you're jumping, watch out with the on-off switch. They go bad, so this is a replacement on-off switch that I had to get at a local store because the switch just kind of tore right off, and that's for the ESC. And finally, the last kind of simple piece I wanted to talk to you about was here in the back. When you land wrong, meaning you land back end or you take some serious tumbles, make sure to put the pins across, because I've had a few times where I didn't put the pins across and now you can see it has broken. So here's where it kind of ripped and shredded. So you just kind of want to keep an eye out for it. It's been really good, but I want to share those few things with you. I hope that that helps out in terms of anyone looking at getting an Apache. This is right now in there with the box I showed you before, showing the stock motor as well as the stock ESC, but now you see my aftermarket high-tech servo with a different type of arm here. I found that with the little arms, they didn't work as well. I found that this disc works really well. It's nice and strong, so when I put on those big old truggy tires with this heavy-duty high-tech servo, it turns them without a problem. Doesn't even make a difference. You can almost hold the front wheels and make the backside wag. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it went really long, but I wanted to share it with you. So enjoy, have fun, comment, let me know what you think. I can try and break it down a little further if we need to. Enjoy. Later.